What's up, guys? LEL here, bringing you my thoughts on gaming news today. It's been a while since my last video. I said in the little notes before that my vids might be a little like, erratically, for a while because I really haven't gotten down how I'm gonna do this since I've moved into this apartment. But don't worry. Well, I'm not really saying don't worry, but I'm gonna be making more videos, so I'll just be posting up when I can. Sorry. But first up, there's a developer commentary on the new Star Wars 1313. It's a vid on game trailers, and it looks really awesome. The developers talk about how the story in the game is gonna be really focused on just regular people and like not gonna be about Jedi or nothing. Kind of sad that it's not coming to handhelds, but it's already been speculated that that Star Wars 1313 is not going to be for this current generation. It's only going to be for the next generation. So I really didn't even consider it to be for handhelds. That it would be for handhelds. So I'm not really bummed out about that. But the vid is really awesome, and I suggest you guys check it out. Also, Psychonauts is coming out on PSN next Tuesday, August 28th, and I am so that's one of those games that I've always wanted to play. I mean, everyone I ever know really talked that game up, saying that it's Tim Schafer at his best, it's Double Fine at their best, and it is one of the most crazy, cool experience games you will ever play, and it's something I've always wanted to and never got a chance, and hopefully I will. But it's also the same day that the DLC for Mass Effect comes out, Leviathan, and the trailer for that came out as well. And my time is gonna be split up a lot, and I really hope I get to play both of them. I really, really hope so. Also, there's an article on game trailers about sequels that we have so many sequels, but what are the sequels we want? And the sequel they were talking about in the article was Valkyrie Profile. I don't know if you guys remember that game. The original was for PS1. They made a they remade it for the PSP called Valkyrie Profile Linux, and they even had a sequel to it for the PS2 called Valkyrie Profile Slumera, I think it was. And I remember playing the first one, and the first one was a really, really like it was a really hardcore game. It was the game that it eased you in for maybe like the first 30 minutes, but then it just blows. It's one of those games that I personally never got to finish because that game is just so huge and they have so many endings and there's so many nuances of how you have to play that game. Like certain characters you have to level up and then leave behind, and it's a crazy game. But from what I can remember that I did play, actually, what can I say? From what I did play, I loved it. I thought it was a great game. I thought it was fantastic. I played both the PS1 version and the PSP version, and the game is amazing. The second one on PS2, I never got to play at all, and I really find that a bummer. I always wanted to give it a try because I always knew about the first one, even though I never finished it personally. I always wanted to at least give the second one a try. But it also talked about how this where is this sequel? Like we have two of the Valkyries. We need the last one, who's I think is Hurt or Hirt. I don't know how you say the name, but apparently is one of the more violent of the Valkyries. And how they would transition that. The article's really cool, and I really suggest you read it if you're into that series. But it makes me do wonder. It makes me remember that. It makes me remember the PS1 era and how great and unique those games were. Because now, lately, all you really see is FPS games and, maybe a lot of football games. Not really that many adventure games anymore. A lot of those games now are more, like, linear. And, it makes me miss that era a bit. Because those games are always so unique and amazing to me. But I regress. Anyway, also, there's an article on IGN about 4 PS3 games that never came to fruition, but they have concept art out, and one of the creators who helped on it talks about it, or like at least gives you a general pitch for the game and why it wasn't made. And it's actually pretty hilarious. And the 4 games that it showed are you can kind of see why they weren't, put into development, which I kind of find hilarious. It's really interesting. Check it out. Also on IGN is they started a new series called The Future of Gaming, and it's basically a video talking about basically the future of gaming, and it's pretty cool. Uh, of the of the few things they talked about, it's called freemium. That's the wording they use. And it's basically how a lot of the PC games are going free to play off the bat, and a lot of the all they really PC and mobile games, they're free off the bat, and they basically just microtransactions while in the game. And how they see that more that how do you say it? My goodness, I can't even find the word. That the way they do that, the plan, the prospect of how they do that might be transitioning into the future of consoles. And I gotta say, I don't know how that would work out. I mean, because we already have DLC now, and a lot of gamers now are complain so much when they find that, oh, this DLC was encoded in the disc, or we're buying, we're paying for something, we're paying more for something that's already included on the disc, and this just goes and locks it. We already getting complaints of people for that. How are people gonna feel when we're gonna, oh, the game's free, you just gotta pay this little extra if you want this piece of item, or you want more of this, or you want more of that. And not only that, but it might offset the balance of some games. I mean, like, I know for a fact, people who play Call of Duty, if the game were to ever, just give you certain weapons or items or perks just because you paid more, that would upset a lot of gamers, and I think it might upset the balance of the game as well. I could be wrong. I'm not a developer. I don't know. I don't know. Also, another thing to talk about is like user modding, and how they think it's gonna keep going even in the new consoles, if not more so, because modding has always been something for PC, and I think on the PS3 version of Unreal Tournament they did allow some modding of their own for, I think, the maps and like that, and it worked out pretty well. But modding is more prevalent in PC, and with the new generation coming out and being more powerful and more, they're getting closer and closer to the status of being their own type of PCs, in my opinion. We might see more modding in consoles now. I mean, like Skyrim, there's a bunch of mods for Skyrim on the PC, and I know a lot of people wouldn't mind seeing them on the consoles as well. So, I don't know. I would like to see how that goes. And also, they showed uh, this cool ass technology called Leap, and how it's kind of like the connect condensed down just for your fingers, and it just, the accuracy of it is just ridiculous because it's just condensed down and it's not trying to capture your whole body. It just has all that focus on just your hands, and it's the video is amazing. Look, click the link below. I'm gonna include it like always. Check it out. It looks really awesome. But that's it for today, guys. Take care. I'm gonna try to keep myself up to date with all this. But remember, I'm just a gamer. Take care, alright? Peace.